So the new comedy Joyride is out in theaters this weekend, and let me tell you, I don't think you're going to see a movie more raunchier than this one. So Joyride is the story about Aubrey, who goes with some friends over to China to find her birth mother, and it's about them having this crazy, raunchy trip, and that's essentially the plot. If you've seen the trailers, I mean, they tell you straight up front that this is going to be a raunchy experience, and it certainly is that. I think the four main leads in this are your big focal point. Everything kind of centers around them. You got Ashley Park as Audrey Sullivan. You got Sherry Cola as Lolo, Stephanie Hsu as Kat, and Sabrina Wu as Deadeye. That's right, there's a character named Deadeye. Deadeye is probably my favorite character in the film, not gonna lie. But so this film really centers around these four individuals, their friendship, or how their friendship grows, and it's all about them being on this trip and all the raunchy stuff that follows them along. And I will admit, I laughed quite a bit during this. If you're here for some comedy, you're definitely going to get that in spades with this film. I think director Adele Lim does a fantastic job with the comedy, and I think there's a lot of great memorable scenes from this. But I do have to say, I was a little disappointed. The raunchy factor is there. Don't get me wrong, the raunchy factor is way up there. I haven't seen a movie this raunchy in quite a long time. There's some spots and some spaces where the comedy doesn't quite land. I mean, I was in the theater with a few people, and there was a few of us laughing. There were several times where I'm pretty sure I heard some people jokes that I thought maybe should have landed didn't land for other people. This is really going to depend on your sense of humor here. If you're into the raunchy stuff, this might land better for you. If you're not so into the raunchy stuff, you might want to steer clear of this one, because you're going to get a lot of male and female member jokes. I'm just going to tell you that right up front. Know what you're getting into here. But, I think some of them are done with really great delivery, and then some of them I'm just like, that was a little crass, and just kind of felt like the easy joke to make there. The other thing, though, is that the story is pretty predictable at times. There is one big twist that I didn't see coming. If it was in the trailer, then clearly I missed that part of the trailer. But there is a twist to the story, and I was like, this is an interesting development. And it actually takes it into one of my favorite aspects of the movie that actually gets a little more emotional than you'd expect. So I really enjoyed that aspect of it. But everything else, it just felt like it was the typical formula we've seen before, just kind of with a new slap of paint over it. Like, don't get me wrong, I think that a lot, like I said, a lot of the stuff that works really well. But some of the formulaic stuff that doesn't work, you're like, well, we've seen this before. How could you either not get this to work, or maybe we should have gone a different route? By no means was this a bad experience for me. I definitely had a good time. But when you compare it to something that just came out, like No Hard Feelings with Jennifer Lawrence, which I actually thoroughly enjoyed, I mean, while the raunchy factor is way more in the camp of Joyride, I just think overall cohesion was more on the side of No Hard Feelings, just for comparison's sake. Also, I do want to throw out there the title Joyride. There's no joyride in the movie, really. Like, there's no hot wiring a car, as the title would suggest. There's nobody named Joy. There's a lot of writing, I'll tell you. I couldn't even keep a straight face. There's a lot of riding in this film, and other than that, the title makes absolutely no sense. Apparently it had a separate title, and they changed it to this for some reason because they couldn't come up with a better one. I don't know if that's true or not, but hey, here we are. And titles of films are just that. They're just titles. They don't really mean anything. It's for marketing purposes anyway, so whatever. So look, at the end of the day, I think you can have a lot of fun with this one. I think that this is a film that you might want to just take a group of friends, have a couple of drinks, and just enjoy yourself. Like, it's not going to change your life in terms of great existential storytelling, but it's going to be a fun time. And if you're into the raunchy stuff, then yeah, this will be totally up your alley, and I think you'll have fun for an hour and a half or however long this movie was. So yeah, at the end of the day, I'm going to give this film a B-. I don't think it was bad. It's got a really great rating on Rotten Tomatoes right now. Rotten Tomatoes isn't saying it's 92%, which means it's an A-. No, 92% means 92% of the critics that saw this liked the movie, and I would be in that camp. I would be one of the 92 that said I liked this movie. It's just not like an A, it's a B-. So what do you guys think? Are you into the raunchy comedies? Are you going to go see this film? Let me know in the comments below. And if you could, please hit that like button, subscribe button, the little bell notification. Be notified whenever I drop new videos. It would be greatly appreciated. So yeah, Joyride. And there's one other film coming out this week I'm going to try to check out on top of doing my Mission Impossible rewatch reviews. If you guys haven't seen those, check those out too. And until the next review, guys, I'll be seeing you.